The Paradox of the Traveler. In a dimly lit cafe on a rainy Tuesday evening, Michael sat nursing his coffee, tapping his fingers against the worn wooden table. The cafe was nearly empty, except for an old man hunched in the corner, cloaked in shadows. His eyes were sharp, though his face was weathered. He leaned forward and called out softly, "Do you believe in paradoxes, young man?" Startled, Michael glanced over but nodded politely. "I suppose they're interesting." "Why?" The old man gestured for him to come closer. Intrigued and with little better to do, Michael moved his chair over. "I'm a traveler," the old man said, his voice low. "But not in the way you think. I travel through time." Michael laughed, assuming it was a joke. "Sure. So, where have you been?" "Everywhere, and every time." The old man's eyes held a glint that silenced Michael's humor. "I came here to give you a choice." The rain pattered against the windows as the man leaned in closer. "In 1 hour, a woman you love will cross this street and be struck by a car. She will die unless you prevent it, but if you save her, she will cause a chain of events leading to countless deaths over the next 20 years. Michael felt his pulse quicken. "What kind of sick game is this?" "No game." The old man's voice was steel. "It's truth. Save her, and you'll unleash a future of pain. Let her die, and the world continues on its safer path. The paradox is yours to resolve." Michael's mind raced. "How do you know this?" The old man sighed, the weight of centuries in his breath. "Because I've lived through it. I tried to change it once, and failed. So now I try again through you." "Why me?" "Because you love her." Michael's heart clenched. He knew who the old man meant, Sophie, the woman he had admired from afar for months, but never had the courage to speak to. She would pass the cafe tonight, like she always did, unaware of the fate waiting for her. "You're telling me I'm supposed to let her die?" "Yes." "Or I can save her and doom countless others?" "Yes," the old man whispered. "It is the paradox of choice. No matter what you do, someone suffers." Time ticked away. The clock on the wall seemed to mock him with each loud click. Rain dripped from the edges of the window. Michael stood abruptly. "I need proof." The old man merely nodded. "Look outside." Michael turned and saw her, Sophie, her umbrella bobbing as she crossed the slick pavement. In the distance, headlights glared as a car sped down the street, the driver unaware of the peril. His mind raced. If he ran, he could push her out of the way. But what if the old man was right? If saving her brought chaos and tragedy, could he live with that? And if he did nothing, how could he bear knowing he let her die? He glanced back at the old man, who now appeared exhausted, as if reliving a torment he had experienced too many times. "Why me?" Michael asked again, desperate for an answer. "Because every paradox needs a choice," the man replied. "You are part of it." In a blur, Michael acted. He burst through the cafe doors, rain pelting his skin. Sophie was just a few steps away from the street's edge. He yelled, "Stop!" But as she turned, startled, time seemed to slow. The car screeched, but couldn't stop. Michael's legs felt leaden. He lunged, reaching for her hand. The impact was deafening. Lights blurred, and Michael was thrown back, his vision fading. When he awoke, he was alone in the street, rain soaking his clothes. Sophie was gone. The old man appeared beside him, sadness etched into every line of his face. "You made your choice." "What happened?" Michael whispered, broken. "Did I save her?" The old man shook his head. "You chose. That's all a paradox needs. The world will go on, changed, unchanged. No one truly knows." And then he vanished, leaving Michael with the weight of choices that could never be unmade, and a paradox that would haunt him forever.